Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to this Monday morning with Business Coach Moloy. And we are on our marketing series. We have been speaking a lot about building your understanding why marketing is so very important and how do you have that consistent messaging that goes out when marketing is concerned. So today we move on to our episode 9 of our marketing series, and which is about closing without pressure. The challenge that we have is when we move into a sales meet, we are under tremendous stress to close, and that is a stress that we take with us. And when we take that stress with us, the customer senses it. And when the customer senses that we are desperate or pushy, then it is a challenge. So let me start with something sounding very honest. For many entrepreneurs, including myself, closing is uncomfortable. We're very, very good at the sales journey. But when it comes to closing, we get those jitters, and we don't want to close, right? Not because we don't know what to say, but because they don't know how to not come across as being pushy. We don't want to sound desperate. We don't want to damage the relationship. We don't want to feel the customer feel pressure. So what do? They follow up politely, they send reminders, they check in, and the deal just stays there. Not lost, not won, just hanging. And if you are experiencing this, you will know how frustrating it feels because effort has gone in, trust has been built, conversations have happened, you know you can close it, the customer needs the product or service, but no decision. So, for a minute now, I want you to step back from what you have been doing and let us look at this very calmly. Closing is not about pushing. Any relationship you cannot push for closure. Closing is about helping the customer move forward with clarity. And when you look at it that way, the discomfort reduces at both ends because you are not forcing a decision, you're supporting a decision, and the customer feels that he's being helped. So ask this question: why don't customers decide? Most entrepreneurs assume that customers don't decide because of price, but in reality, that is rarely the full story. Customers delay because of uncertainty, lack of clarity, fear of making a wrong decision, or simply because there is no urgency. And in my experience, it has always been the fear of making a wrong decision, especially in a service business, because he's not getting anything tangible out of it. And in many cases, there was no sense of urgency. So, what if I don't buy this product or service? My life has been going on, my business has been going on. So, what is the sense of urgency? So, when you try to push harder, you're addressing the wrong problem. Customers don't need pressure, customers need confidence. Think about your experience as a buyer. And I was buying a lot of electronic stuff for my new office going forward yeah, over the past 2 days. And when somebody came across as pushy, I stepped back because I am not that person who likes to be pushed into making a decision. You don't decide when someone pushes you. You decide when something becomes absolutely clear. So, clarity of mind is very, very important. Clarity of mind about what the other person is trying to do with you is very important. And when that path feels safe, when the outcome is reliable, when the risk is manageable, that's when decision happens. There are two common extremes, ladies and gentlemen. Some businesses push too hard, they rush, they fall off aggressively, and they try to create artificial urgency, and customers pull back. And on the other side, on the other extreme, is some businesses become too passive, they wait endlessly, they avoid asking, and they keep conversations open without direction, and nothing moves. The reality is, mature closing sits in between. It is a calm, clear, confident method of closing. It respects the customer space, but it also provides direction. So, the first shift that I want you to take today is stop thinking close, start asking clarity. Instead of asking, how do we close this deal? Ask, what is stopping that decision? That one question changes that entire approach. Because every delay has a reason. Sometimes the customer doesn't fully understand. Sometimes they're comparing. Sometimes internal alignment is missing. Sometimes they're unsure of outcomes. Sometimes there are other priorities in life. And if you don't identify the real reason, you cannot move forward. The second shift that I want you to make today is bring the conversation back to the outcome. When deals get stuck, conversations become technical, features, specification, details. But decisions are made at levels of outcomes. What changes if they move forward? What remains the same if they don't? Helping the customer see the difference creates clarity. The third shift, address risks openly. Customers are not thinking about success, they're thinking about what could go wrong. So instead of avoiding that conversation, bring it to the open. What are the risks? How will they be managed? What support will they receive? When the risk is acknowledged, trust increases. And the fourth shift, define the next step clearly. This is very practical. Many conversations end without direction. The customer says, let me think, we will get back, give us more time. And the business accepts it without clarity instead of gently defining the next step. Not forcefully, not clearly, but something like, when would be a good time to connect? What do you need from our end to move forward? Is there anything unclear that we should address now? Clarity reduces drift. The fact of the matter is, you're not chasing, you're guiding, and that's where you, as a professional, sales professional, will make a difference. The fifth shift, be comfortable with silence. Not every deal will close immediately, and that's okay. Mature businesses don't panic, they stay composed, they stay available, they don't reduce value just to force movement because desperation reduces trust. Ladies and gentlemen, ask this of yourself. You're all mature, serious business owners. When a deal is delayed, what changes in your behavior? Does the tone shift? Does the urgency increase? Do you start negotiating too quickly? And customers can sense that. And the moment they sense desperation, your position weakens. Confidence is very, very silent but visible. When you're clear about your value, you don't rush, you don't over explain, you don't over discount, you stay steady, and that steadiness builds confidence. A simple way to think about closing is not the end of a conversation, it is the point where customers feel ready. Your role is to help them reach that point. Learn how to close maturely, and you will see a significant difference in the way you're doing business. So, where do we go from here? So, we have covered the full journey from positioning to visibility to trust to inquiry to conversation to closing. In the next and final episode of this marketing series, we'll bring together everything and talk about how to build this into a repeatable growth system. You don't close a deal by pushing harder. You close a deal by how when a customer feels this makes sense and I'm comfortable moving ahead. With those final thoughts, my name is Moloy Chakravarti. We are one of the leading business coaching families for family businesses. We've been transforming businesses over the past 9 years. If you have anything that you want to discuss with me, you know where to connect with me on my website, on my LinkedIn, on my WhatsApp, on my Facebook. We are there for you. Thank you so much. Have a great Monday. Take care of yourself. Till next Monday, same place, same time. Have a fantastic week, and I shall see you on the other side.